JTube 200 at JTube 200. What's going on? We back. Fred and Jerry Project. This is what we do all day, every day. Well, not every day, but we here. We here. We here. We here.
Very project on at 200
Subscribe. Subscribe. Subscribe.
as anime, UE particularly, and maybe a few more other things we'll touch on as well today.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about kind of a big headline. Crown Jewel on the
Hey, yo. Lit. Lit. Thank the fans for that. That's for the fans.
that's us. That will be us.
Yep. Thank us for that.
That'll be
And
us
they
as
wasn't doing shit with
again.
AJ Styles. He wasn't getting no love.
I love, and they had to listen at some point.
He wasn't getting that much.
I'm not even gonna lie. I think I even tweeted it. So to be honest, John Cena's last match is shit. Hashtag AJ Styles.
Should. Shit. If that was the case, they should have built it up. They should have built it up for Saturday Night Main Event instead of Crown Jewel.
Not Crown Jewel when that's a big spectacle.
Yeah. True.
It's international value they want.
Yeah. Either or.
How other different countries more so every single year. They're doing
That's true.
what they have in the last.
Right.
Used to be held now. So
Right.
these eyes, the make where are you born from? USA. What's going on there? XXJ. But like they're like Russell, I don't know how long. Besides that little stint in New Japan, American wrestling every single time. How many times has Australia got AJ Styles and John Cena now?
Right. Right. It has been a while.
So it's been a very long seeing that matchup, and now you got it on a viewership platform where I mentioned ESPN is way more bigger of a bigger marketing platform is on Peacock. So that
It is.
again will get the attraction drawn.
That is. That's true. That's so true.
So they made the deal to go. It made sense because way more viewership, and then they have to sometimes compete with whatever sports is on too on Peacock,
Right.
and the competing with but still the marketing still different places to get promoted everywhere.
Right. Okay.
Nice. All right. But yeah, like there's no reason why like that is a big trashful matchup, and even because I mean we already know about matches more so Cody Rhodes for the what I forget what is it called more so the
The Crown Championship.
yeah the championship. So it's like the rivalry itself is rich. Themselves has been rich the previous. So now that we
Yeah,
have a
but
different time,
Seth Rollins should win.
it creates a different element now.
Seth Rollins should win. Because if they building up to Survivor Series War Games, Seth Rollins should win. Like, that'll make more sense. Because why it look like they trying to do a 6-man tag match? That's going to happen at Crown Jewel? That 6-man tag match?
What's 6-man tag match?
I think that was a fan draw. The Bloodline against the Vision, whoever their third partner going to be. The Bloodline against the Vision.
I mean, when did they promote that?
It looked like a fan draw. It's a fan draw.
A fan made that. That's a fan. Expect that to really
Like a
happen,
fan draw.
especially.
So they ain't promote that joint yet.
So I mean, it's a possibility, but I mean, what's the realm of that
I mean,
even
they can
happening?
still do it. Yeah, they can still do it. Why not?
Because the way they got it looking now, he go Hill.
Listen, that's the whole point of the. That's the whole point of the 6-man tag match.
Man tag match, but what is it going to be? There's no point having just a 6-man tag match because you got a lot of elements to.
Well, it's going to be the
Like if
Usos and
we're gonna
Roman
keep it
Reigns
like to the
versus.
same aspect more so, have it as like a war games. But now here's a little twist you could throw. What if Paul went to Brock?
Right. Right. That's where it get into. Like having him beat John Cena the way he did, he can come back as a third party. Like even people know it's gonna be Brock, then it'll be more excited it actually being him. You understand what I'm saying? Like
Remember you build it
Brock
up.
Lesnar, yeah, Brock Lesnar, Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker versus the Usos and Roman Reigns.
Why would you just have that without Seth?
Because Seth is gonna be in a match with Cody. It all should happen at Crown Jewel.
I'm talking about
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's a start from Crown Jewel leading up to Survivor Series.
why would Brock tag team up with them?
Because they're gonna be teaming up at Survivor Series if it happens.
But again, you gotta get the element to give the expense more so. You gotta let it build up. If you're trying to surprise
That is
everybody
a
to get
build up.
talked about, what I'm saying is about this to Seth. Paul goes behind Seth back to go with him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But who is they going? But if it's going to be a triple threat match, who's going to be their third person? Like their third person is going to be either it's going to be a 6-man tag match. Like if they do a six, I'm saying if they do. No, you're not. You're not. Why are you on Survivor Series? You're talking about the build up to Survivor Series. Not talking about the match at Survivor Series right now. Talking about the build up to Survivor Series. I'm saying a build up to Survivor Series should start at Crown Jewel. That's what I'm saying.
Why did it start away?
How is Brian Lesnar a surprise element if he already came back? He's not a surprise element.
Surprise element with that. Yes, but him teaming up just for Paul's sake of Paul. And then what happened?
Yes, you can. You can.
So
But if
again, why would you
but
give
listen,
Crown Jewel?
but listen though, if we gonna have if if the team gonna be united, why not? Because the baby face should be the broken team. Like the baby face team should be the broken team. You get what I'm saying? At Survivor Series, like
No,
the
because
baby face
literally,
team should be the
if
broken
we're going
team.
to say the baby, never the case.
But I'm not saying about winning or losing. I'm just saying like the baby face team should be the broken team. Like they don't have no unity. Like you get what I'm saying? Like Cody Rhodes to be let's say Survivor Series coming. It's Roman Reigns, the Usos, it's Roman Reigns, the Usos, and let's just throw John Cena in that bitch. Just cause. And Solo Sika come out of nowhere. Just cause. Fuck it.
You can keep it to a basic, literally.
But you just said it was
You
for
can
5
have
people. All
just
right, fuck it.
Roman,
Basic
the
four.
Uso
Basic four.
family.
You just said 5 people. You literally just said 5 people.
I said 4-2-5.
All
Go
right,
back.
fuck it. It's the basic four. It's the basic four. The Usos, Roman Reigns, and Solo Sika. All right. Now they're going against division.
Why would
Be
Solo
Seth
bring up
Rollins.
with them when he have his own bloodline?
Right. That's okay, but we're not talking about story right now. We're talking about a hypothetical situation. Like we're not.
But we're on the build up to this. We have to get realistic. Where was Solo tag team? Why would Solo tag the people with Sami Zayn who just took his belt with his brothers who betrayed him a while back or whatever, you know, he took out Jimmy a while
So
back
now
anyway.
you're confusing me. You talk about we need to get realistic, but when I was trying to be realistic, you cut me off. You was agreeing with me, but you wasn't agreeing with me that it should happen at Crown Jewel. That's where we had the disagreement. My thing is,
I said, where would the surprise element make sense at? The way a preview of by telling them that makes zero element that you can make a combustible element. That is what WWE's built off of, right?
Because all right, a Survivor is going to have 4 or 5 people on the squad. That's what we still need to know.
Roman Usos. That's your fourth right there. That's your 4 right there. If you want to make the element even more interesting because of last year's implications, you can throw Punk right back in the mix.
But Punk should be on Paul Heyman's side.
Why would Paul Heyman's side, bro? If Paul betrayed both Roman and
see, it's not gonna make no sense with Brock Lesnar for us. Because why are we throwing Brock Lesnar in there? Because he brung him out when he went to John Cena
for his help. Because who else in the mix?
So basically, you just want Paul Heyman to do what he did against Roman Reigns. That's what you said. When they needed help, Paul Heyman went to CM Punk behind Roman Reigns back. That's what you want him to do.
Is he not known for it? Betraying motherfucker. Did he not betray everybody?
But how is that a surprising factor? There's no
how
surprise
is that not surprising factor? Even team up would really want to tag him up with Seth Rollins. He has no reason to like him. That's why it's a surprise element.
This is my thing. So basically what's going to happen is he's going to double cross Brock Lesnar. Because for Brock Lesnar to team up with Division, he's going to get a world title shot. For Brock Lesnar to team up with Division, he's going to get a world title
shot. You can throw the element in there.
Yeah, but he's going to double cross Brock Lesnar because his money is with Seth Rollins. His money not with Brock Lesnar no more.
Who's to say that's where it's really going to lie with?
That would be dumb though. For him. How is it dumb? That he might as well stick with Seth.
Listen, you know, you don't know who Paul going to screw over.
This is true, but right now,
that's why I said a surprise element where you don't know.
But Seth is the main guy right now. He already chose him over CM Punk.
How is he the main guy when you don't even know who Punk is standing?
How many times Paul Heyman chose? How many times Paul Heyman chose Roman Reigns over Brock Lesnar? Because he had the belt.
How many times did he went and stood in the corner of Brock? Or stood in the corner of Big Show? How many times after he betrayed them?
Listen, what you're saying is true. What you're saying is true. but he
So,
just got Seth Rollins. So
so
Seth
again,
Rollins, he just got Seth
Braun
Rollins.
Breaker. You have the guy who's the most explosive out of everybody. You don't think he would think he's the biggest meal ticket? Or Bronson Reed? More so. You can go with
Why-
you can think of Roller in
That's
the
cool.
mix.
That's cool. But why would he make it a assumption that he's going to choose Brock Lesnar over Seth Rollins right now?
It's in the story to make it. Who's to assume?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but it's not it right
Just
now.
thinking long-term storyline.
Yeah, but it's not it right now. It's not it right now. He just got the title. He just got the world title. Technical difficulties.
Just waiting for you to go this conversation. Because it was like I'm
He
still gonna
just
wait
got
on
the
that.
title though. Like I get
He
what you're
just got
saying.
the
Yeah, that'd
title.
be a surprise factor, but he just got the title. My thing is, you know what? My thing is, if it's gonna go like that, if we're gonna make that assumption, then Seth Rollins should lose to Cody Rhodes. If we're gonna right,
Either
if we're gonna make that believable,
way, there's nothing on the line. But a title is gonna be on somebody for a day.
true, but
For
still,
bragging rights.
Seth Rollins still need that victory though. Like Cody Rhodes
Why
don't
would
need
he
that
need the
victory.
victory,
Though.
bro?
Seth Rollins do.
Why would he? Why
Because
does he need the
everything is
victory?
evolving around Seth Rollins right now. Seth Rollins is bigger than Cody Rhodes right now. Like at this
So
moment in
who's the
time,
bigger?
Seth Rollins is
Wait,
bigger.
what are you thinking of? Let's roll with that.
What you mean?
You saying to who is Seth Rollins a bigger star to? To
Cody Rhodes
who?
right now.
You're saying who is saying that?
Why not? The story evolves around him.
Who?
The story evolves around Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins.
Bro, how does the story revolve around Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins
What the fuck?
when
What
Cody
the
right
fuck is
now?
Cody Rhodes doing? What the fuck is Cody Rhodes doing?
What the hell? What is Cody Rhodes doing? And did he not beat Drew McIntyre, who he had a
Okay.
long-standing history with?
Look.
Did he
That's
not
it.
beat John
Now,
Cena, the guy who took the belt off him?
okay. And now he's in Seth
The
Rollins'
thing
face.
is that you can say
And
that
he's in Seth Rollins'
Seth
face.
Rollins at this point
And
took
he's
the
in
belt
Seth
off
Rollins' face.
CM Punk with the Money in the Bank. Who
And
did?
he's in Seth Rollins' face.
Wait. Who did Seth defend the belt against yet?
And he's in Seth Rollins' face.
It don't matter. You had to build the story up.
The key person is Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins. So how he's not a
There's
bigger
no
star
key
than
because
Cody
you know
Rhodes right
why? Paul makes the story. If you really want to be
now.
realistic,
Okay. Paul Heyman and
Paul
Seth
makes the
Rollins.
story because the
Paul
controversy will
Heyman
follow
and Seth
him
Rollins.
regardless.
Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins.
Who, bro? You're saying that you keep saying that Seth is bigger. No, he's not. Because you go to any other younger youth group, they'll say it's Cody.
Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins is the draw to everything right now. At this moment.
To what right now, bro? Because
At
you
this
want to say
moment.
that he's hold on. So you're going to tell me a Roman Reigns returning is bigger than Seth? You going to say a Roman Reigns returning is bigger? It's not bigger than Seth.
No. He returned too many times. It's not bigger than Seth. Who do he
Wait,
return on? Who
it's
do he
not the
return
biggest
on?
story.
Who do he return on?
Who did he just return against?
Okay.
He returned against Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, bro. So are we really serious?
And they're part of what? And they're part of what group?
The Vision.
Okay. And who? Who's the part of the group?
Everybody, mostly everybody we just named, right?
Yeah, Seth Rollins.
Everybody
Paul
we
Heyman
just
and Seth
named is
Rollins.
in the group. How
Paul
are
Heyman and Seth
Seth
Rollins.
Rollins the only one that named the damn group? That's it. If you really want to include it,
Cody
who pulls
Rhodes,
the strings?
CM
Who
Punk,
pulls the strings though?
Roman Reigns are all after Seth Rollins right now. Paul Heyman and
No,
Seth Rollins.
because you know why? Because Roman Reigns do what Roman Reigns do. The Usos were the one going against Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. Last time I checked, Jay Uso had a hard time beating Seth Rollins when he was world champion. Did he not?
Yes.
Oh, so you can't say the story is revolved around them when it's revolved around a lot of elements, bro.
A lot of elements,
that was the
but
case,
one particular key topic is who?
Paul Heyman.
Seth Rollins.
Paul Heyman, my nigga, like what the hell?
Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins.
How?
And he's the world heavyweight champion.
He's the world heavyweight champion. Why?
How you doing?
No. He's the world heavyweight champion because of why? Because he wasn't world champion for how long?
Exactly, because of
no.
Heyman.
I asked you for how long?
Not long.
Yes, it was because he hasn't been world champion since Drew took it off him, right? At Mania of last year.
Oh well, cute. He was injured, and
it don't matter. You decide to want to tag him up with Cody Rhodes again. Was element to a story.
Okay. You're not still main person, main topic. Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman.
I just told you he's bigger than Seth. He will write the story bigger than Seth. Because you know why? He will make more bigger moves than Seth behind every closed door.
Paul Heyman is the key to the whole situation we're talking about.
You keep saying Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman. I'm saying Paul Heyman. Regardless of anything.
So how are you taking out Seth Rollins?
Because he's going to make a bigger story happen than Seth Rollins will. He's made more bigger moments. You can count on it. Okay. Go look it up. Go look it up.
Okay. Go look it up. I'm talking about now. I don't give a fuck about his history. I'm talking about now.
It's still Paul.
And Seth Rollins.
Bro, if you don't have Paul Heyman betraying Roman and joining Seth Rollins, there's nothing to talk about.
True.
So it's Paul, right? Again, with all the betrayal.
Seth Rollins, because Seth Rollins had a hand in this situation too.
Bro, Paul Heyman, he only created the story. He only created the storyline. Paul Heyman writes that whole narrative of the story. So let's really put it like that.
Okay. But he
so you just agree with me that Paul makes that whole story. You just agree with me that Paul makes that whole story.
And he has a hand in the whole situation. This is what you're saying. I'm gonna let you know what I'm hearing from you. You're saying Paul Heyman is 90%, Seth Rollins is 10. That's a lie.
What?
That's what you're saying. Paul Heyman is 90% and Seth Rollins is 10. That's what you're saying.
What?
You're saying that 90% of what's going on is Paul Heyman. 90%.
Yes.
All Paul Heyman. Seth Rollins only got 10%. That's wrong.
He can only make one element of a story happen, bro.
That's wrong.
He can only pull the one string of one thing. Paul can do several. As he does with Brock Lesnar, as he's doing with Braun Breaker, as he's doing with Bronson Reed, doing with Seth Rollins. Because had he not done it before.
Seth Rollins can do everything. Have he not done it?
If he did, he would have been world champion.
Have he not done it?
Champion as he faced Drew, as he faced
was he not injured? Wasn't he defending the world championship for 9.5 months injured? Did he not?
He got injured at the last part.
So what? Listen.
Him. So again,
and he did it by himself. And he did it by himself. Now he teams up with Paul Heyman, and you're gonna sit
He
here
has to
and
Paul
say
Heyman.
you're
You're
gonna
gonna
sit
prove
here.
my point every single
You're
time.
gonna sit
He
here
didn't
and
get the
say,
belts that he teamed up
and
with
you're
Paul, right?
gonna sit here and say that Seth Rollins only has 10% of what's going on right now is crazy.
Who's been
It's
making the moves
crazy.
happen?
It's crazy.
Who's been making they make it
Both
make
of
sense?
them.
Then no,
Both
everything of what you
of
said
them.
make sense, bro.
Both
Everything
of
on this
them.
live, I want you to make sense right now. On this live
Both
right
of
now.
them. Both of them are making a
No,
move.
it's been Paul. Because
Okay.
again, Paul,
Okay.
more than anything.
Okay.
When they
Okay.
made the vision, who made the moves happen?
Okay. Him and
Again,
Seth Rollins.
who? No, it's been Paul, bro.
Him and Seth Rollins.
Bro, we can go in a poll. I don't even care what it is. And we already know we have another
and
chat.
Seth Rollins. You're only saying that
So again,
because you're a Braun Breaker fan and you're just looking at them and Braun Breaker. Because there's only been the Bronson and Braun and Paul Heyman. And that's all you're
because you
focused
know
on.
why? Because
That's
Bronson
all you're
Reed's
focused on. So
always
if
a
you're
wild
going to look
card.
at it like that, I can see why you say Paul Heyman's pulling on the streets. But Seth Rollins is doing shit as well.
Bro, like I said, when you can tell me the list that who made more bigger moments, then you can go ahead. I'll still listen. But until then,
Why we gotta say bigger moments, man? Paul Heyman has been in the
because
wrestling game
again,
before
who
Seth
made more
Rollins was
betrayals
born.
happen? Who made more
Before
betrayals
Seth
happen?
Rollins,
Who wrote more
before Seth
stories?
Rollins was born.
So you're proving my
You're not
point
gonna
even
sit
more.
here and do bigger moments.
You still proving my point even
I'm talking
more
about
than
right now. I'm talking about right now. You're going in the past.
right
I'm
now.
talking
It's
about right
still
now.
Paul.
Right now,
Because
at this
again,
moment, it's both of them.
how's
It's
it
both of
both,
them.
bro? When
It's both
Paul's
of
been
them.
with the biggest story that there was, the bloodline, was he not? And that has been going on for how long?
But let me say
Roman
something.
Street was one for how long? Who was with that street?
What does that have to do with Seth Rollins?
I asked you who was with Roman with that streak
What
was
does
happening.
that have to do with
I
Seth
asked you
Rollins?
who was with Roman with that streak was when it was happening.
So
Again,
what
and that
does
was the
that have to
biggest
do with
draw,
Seth
right?
Rollins before him?
It don't matter, bro. As we're talking about right now, the biggest draw is always Paul. Again.
And Seth Rollins.
No.
Yeah.
Again, your own opinion. My own opinion. Again, if we want to put a poll up, we can put a poll up.
You're focusing on Braun Breaker. What he's doing with Braun Breaker right now is great. That's the only thing you're focusing on right now.
When Braun Breaker decides to go on his own and make his own name for a splash, you know who's right. You know who's gonna ride with him, or if he doesn't, he's gonna look at him as still potential.
Yes, you're right.
So
about
again,
that.
he got more money in the bank
point right now. What the point we're at right
it
now?
It can really be at that point.
Just
Just book him. It could be more than that point. It could be more than that point. Again,
right now.
Again, how old is Brian? Again, we're gonna answer one simple thing. How old is Brian? How old is Seth?
Bro,
you got more years to work with, bro. Again, so you're just proving my point even more. So again, you want to continue?
Do I want to continue?
You want to continue because I really just told you a point right
You're
there.
not going to exit out Seth Rollins. That's all I'm saying.
Bro, I just told you Seth going to get 10% of the work when Paul make a whole controversy.
It's not 10% of the work. It's not 10% of the work.
Because you know why?
It's not.
When did Seth perform that?
If that's the case, then how much percent of the work? Because you wanted to bring it up. How much percent of the work Roman Reigns did?
Bro, who made the ball? Who pulled the bloodline together?
Roman Reigns.
Who was with Roman from the original start?
Who held it together? Was Paul Heyman. Who brought the bloodline together? Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns brought the bloodline together. Paul Heyman held the bloodline
together. Who executed everything?
Who said
he was more? Huh?
Paul Heyman held the bloodline together. He didn't bring it together.
It don't matter. You say he held the bloodline together, so he was still in that storyline while he was still holding Roman's belt high for him, saying, "I acknowledge you, my tribal chief," and that became the most catchiest thing for the last 4 years, have it not, man? Okay, then. And that was all
Roman Reigns came up with that catchphrase. Roman Reigns came up with that catchphrase. Again, Roman Reigns came up with that catchphrase, not
Roman
Paul
Reigns
Heyman.
came up with the
So
catchphrase.
again,
Who hyped it up
what
even
is
more?
the percentage
Who
that
hyped it up
Roman
even more?
Reigns did?
Who hyped it up even more though?
What is the percentage that Roman Reigns did?
It don't
Because
matter
all the
what the
ideas
percentage
are
is
Roman.
now. Because you know
The
why?
ideas are
No
Roman.
matter where it is, that controversial
The
name that always
ideas
still
was
attached to
Roman.
everything is Paul Heyman. He still
The
draws more
ideas
controversy.
was Roman.
You're still not going to prove my point though, bro.
The
But again, I want you to
ideas
still
was
keep up.
Roman though. Roman had the ideas and Paul Heyman executed. So if Roman had the
Paul
ideas,
Heyman
what
executed.
is the percentage
You
that
said Paul
Roman
Heyman
Reigns played
executed,
here?
right? You said Paul
What
Heyman
is the
executed, right?
percentage? Yeah, he
You said Paul
executed,
Heyman
but Roman Reigns
executed.
had the ideas though. But Roman
He
Reigns had
had
the
the
ideas.
idea while somebody else had to make the work happen. So
All
again,
right.
I want you to go
So what
ahead
is the
and tell
percentage
on the
then?
line right now. Just pull a
What is
poll.
the
We're going to just
percentage
do a
then?
poll. We're
But
going to do
Seth
a poll.
Rollins is doing the same thing.
Bro, you can't even tell me, like I
Seth
said,
Rollins
you
had
go
the
to Paul after
ideas.
that, nothing
Paul
happens. What's
Heyman is
that?
executing the ideas. And then
Bro,
Seth
like I
Rollins has
said,
other ideas. When he said Paul Heyman on another mission, Seth Rollins went to go execute the ideas that he had. So the ideas that he had for Paul Heyman, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed, Paul Heyman, handle that. I got other ideas I'm gonna execute on my own.
and lose the
Did
CM Punk and his
Roman
wife.
Reigns do that?
You're right.
Did Roman Reigns do that? No, he did. He did. Roman Reigns didn't do that. He gave the ideas to Paul Heyman, so Paul Heyman found a way to execute it. That's what he did.
And Paul Heyman executed
So,
them,
so,
but yet
so,
Roman
if you're
didn't.
gonna
This
sit
is
here
going
and say,
every
if you're
time when
gonna
you
sit
speak, you're
here
going to
and
prove my point,
say,
right, bro?
Seth
But as
Rollins
you
only
wasted
got
15 more minutes, you
10%.
doing that.
Seth Rollins only got 10%. Makes no
You're
sense.
going to name the number.
Roman
I don't
Reigns,
even care about it because Paul
yo,
Heyman executed everything. Again,
Roman Reigns said, Paul, this is what I want. Execute that shit. Okay. Seth Rollins, hey, I got a couple of ideas. This is the idea I want you to do. Go execute it. I got another idea. I can handle that myself.
and lose the
So
CM
how
Punk
is
and his
it
wife.
that
You're
Seth
right.
Rollins got 10%?
You're right, bro. As you just wasted 15
How?
minutes on this live to say Paul Heyman executes most of the work and does most of the work
Well,
that these guys have
he
to go ahead
did
and throw their
90%
bags on.
of the work with Roman Reigns. He's not doing 90% of
You
the work
just
with
said
Seth
he
Rollins.
executed. You said Paul executed them, did he not? You said
With
Paul executed
Roman
every single plan
Reigns.
that these niggas had.
With
Did you not
Roman
say that?
Reigns.
Did
With
you not say
Roman
that?
Reigns. With
Bro, we're
Roman
going to rewind
Reigns.
the live. We're going to just say, you said Paul Heyman
With
executed these plans.
Roman Reigns. Not with Seth Rollins.
It don't matter. You said Paul
Not
executed
with
these
Seth
plans,
Rollins,
correct?
but with Roman Reigns though.
You said Paul executed these plans, correct? That's on both parties. You said it. Actually,
With,
you want to rewind this live, we can. That's a fine.
with
That's fine by
Roman
me.
Reigns.
No,
With
you
Roman
said both.
Reigns.
You said both, bro.
Listen to me. This is what I said because you ain't gonna try to play me because I know what the fuck I said.
We
I
gonna
said,
rewind
and
this
I
live. I
quote.
don't even care.
No. I said, and I quote.
We gonna rewind this live.
Okay, I said it. I quote. Seth Rollins has more plans than Roman Reigns. Okay, he comes up with the idea. Paul Heyman execute this with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. I have
You said
another
Paul Heyman
plan.
executed.
I'm going to
Not we
execute
did.
this
Okay.
on my own. Okay,
And
with
lose to
Roman
CM Punk
Reigns.
and his wife.
Roman
You're right.
Reigns says, "Hey, I
You're
got
right.
an idea. Paul Heyman execute it. Come back when you done." Roman Reigns don't do nothing until Paul comes back to him. So how is it Seth Rollins only got 10%?
You said Paul
And
executed
you
them,
sit
right?
here saying
You
Roman
just said
Reigns
Paul
did
executed the
more.
plans.
You sit here saying Roman Reigns did more. How? He literally waited for Roman Reigns. He literally waited for Paul Heyman. Roman Reigns
Bro, I
don't make a
believe the
move
main
until
controversy of the
Paul
story
Heyman says
is
something to
Paul
him.
Heyman. Like I'm going to say right now to you, because again, literally, because you just wasted 17 minutes just to prove my point. Literally, I just said Paul Heyman's name and yellow, you dragged this thing on for even 17 more minutes. Just for me to say that you just literally did. And I'm going to tell you right now, here's the reason why. You said Seth Rollins tell Paul, execute this. He did, right? You said Roman had these plans. He executed. You said Seth Rollins had more plans than Roman. Paul executed. If he executed them, he made them happen. He is the guy that pulled the strings. I just said that from the start.
So you just gonna forget the part that Seth Rollins has an old plan of his own and executed on his own while Paul Heyman is doing another plan?
Yeah,
So you just gonna forget that part.
and guess what?
You just gonna forget that part, huh?
What was Seth's plan?
So what you're saying is you're forcing the 10% on Seth Rollins when it's not 10%. It's not.
You just said Paul.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
But it's not 10%.
Again, because you're about to roll on with 18 more minutes to say
it's
that Paul Heyman executes this.
Seth Rollins is not 10%. He's not 10%.
Okay. If you only come up with ideas, but somebody execute them, that person who made it happen did the work, right?
So Seth Rollins is doing the work. Because he
sent
Paul Heyman left while he goes right.
How?
He sent Paul Heyman left while he goes right. Roman Reigns sent Paul Heyman left, right,
as
up,
you just
down,
said that, right?
around the block.
Hold on. As you said that, right? You saying that Seth had other plans. I guess his plan was to lose to CM Punk and his wife, right? That was the plan.
Okay. But that was the plan on his own. While Paul Heyman was with Bronson Reed. Now we're talking about losses, winning losses. Is that not the
it's not
the
you said right he had other plans
right now is
that's
that
his example
Seth
of his
Rollins does execute his own plans. Roman Reigns never executed his own plans until Paul Heyman said something to him.
But here's the thing. You just said Paul executed them. Paul made
Seth Rollins executed.
Executed what?
Win, lose, or draw.
You're gonna
win, lose, or draw. He still executed. He still executed, bro.
Bro, you about to waste 20 more minutes just to prove the point again if you said Paul executed them. It don't matter.
That's all you want to focus on.
If you
right now, this is what you're doing. This is what you're doing, Frank. This is what you're doing, Frank. I'm gonna tell you what you're doing. I'm gonna tell you what you're doing right now. I'm gonna tell you what you're doing right now. What you're doing right now, I'm give you a perfect example of what you're doing right now. What you're doing right now is saying you're not gay, but you like to suck dick. That's what you're doing.
What?
Because the
make it make sense.
Listen, I'm saying exactly what I'm saying. Listen, for you to
make it make sense now
and focus on that one part when you heard everything I just said, you're forcing Seth Rollins to get 10%. Because when they first teamed up, when Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker first teamed up, they won against Jey Uso and Roman Reigns. Who won that? Jey Uso and Roman Reigns.
Don't matter. Was Paul there?
So why does it matter when Seth Rollins going to execute his own plan and lose? That matters. But it don't matter when Paul Heyman execute a plan and he loses. That don't matter. But it matters when Seth Rollins execute a plan and loses.
Bro, only thing I said to you, and literally, as you're going to waste 21 more minutes, is that Paul Heyman's name draws controversy. And literally, as you just argue with me back and forth to say that, and prove a point
Seth Rollins.
Everything, as you said correctly,
Seth Rollins executed shit too.
You just said he gave the order to Paul. Paul made it happen. What are we talking about now?
And Seth Rollins came up with another idea and made it happen. Win, lose, or draw, he made it happen.
As you want to say this now on live and wait 22 minutes again, what was Seth's idea? Go ahead.
Win the Money in the Bank. Won it.
Who he won that with? Who he won that with?
Did it. But it was Seth Rollins' plan and it was Seth Rollins' idea. Was it not? It was Seth Rollins' plan and Seth Rollins' idea and he executed it.
That's it.
Okay.
That's all?
What else? And he executed the plan to take out CM Punk.
Did he take out CM Punk? Because, I mean, CM Punk's still wrestling right now, right?
But still.
He did beat him in his last match,
that was
right?
Still the plan. This is Seth Rollins' whole plan. Right? Seth Rollins executed everything. His whole plan. Then he teamed up with Paul Heyman. Then he started sending Paul Heyman out on missions to execute plans. Then he started executing his own plan. Roman Reigns never did that.
The only thing I just said, and literally the start of this, from the beginning of that first part of that live, is that literally Paul Heyman's name draws controversy more than Seth Rollins.
And so does Seth Rollins. You're saying Seth Rollins don't. Seth Rollins don't draw this. Seth Rollins don't draw that compared to Paul.
He don't draw that much controversy. No, that's not. You just said Paul was here longer. That means he made bigger moments. He's been the part of ECW for all the betrayal.
We're not talking about careers right now. We're talking about the moment
But you just
right
said,
now, at this moment.
as of right now, everything carries to right now. Literally. So, I mean, we're going to really put in a retrospective. Paul made more bigger moments.
Paul Heyman's whole career caters to right now?
Bro, he don't have to wrestle. He don't be on the mic. He don't have to wrestle. He can be on the mic as long as he lives, and he's still going to draw the crowd. He's going to still draw controversy. You know why? Because you just wasted 23 minutes right there to still prove my point.
Bro, now you're going to say he don't have to wrestle. He only to be on the mic.
Is that not what Paul does? No. I'm just saying, is that not accurate?
This is like the greatest nitpicking ever.
That's not the greatest nitpicking. That's the truth. Paul don't wrestle.
More. Seth Rollins is just as more impactful as Paul Heyman is right now.
If you've been here longer, you made more impactful moments. We just said ECW.
That's more impactful moments. But right now, at the moment, Seth Rollins is as impactful as Paul Heyman right now.
You still wasted 24 minutes to prove my point. You still wasted 24 minutes proving my point. I'm going to just let you know that. You just really did.
You're really just exiting out Seth Rollins competing. Because what you're saying, you're exiting out Seth Rollins competing. And you're wrong.
Don't matter. Seth's going to get a little bit of the work because everything is going to be drawing the ball. Again, I literally just proved my point.
He do more than a little bit of the work.
Again, when it comes to Paul, you can't draw more than him. Again, because literally you just wasted 25 minutes proving my point.
He can. The fucking tag team match. But the tag team match,
he can, but he hasn't.
What match did you want to see more? What match did you want to see more? Seth Rollins and CM Punk teaming up with their women? Or the Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker versus the Uso?
Wait, what was that thing you just said earlier?
What match did you want to see more? Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch versus CM Punk and AJ Lee, or the Braun versus the Uso?
Honestly, kind of the Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, because because if this is like a first time, what?
Look how you had to second guess. Honestly, you have to think about that.
Yeah, because you know why? Because I don't know how I feel about AJ Lee coming back. Because I don't know if she's going to lose a step or two.
All right,
that's my thing.
All right, that's the.
I'm not trying to say it's nothing. No offense to the women wrestlers, but they have more bigger bumps on bigger stage moments. I've seen that more so lately. That's why I'd be more afraid of. So and then a mixed tag team match only included Seth Rollins and CM Punk. That don't mean they had to get the pin. Because when they tag their partner in, they're considered legal.
Yeah.
So again, it didn't really draw for me like that. Like a Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker. I know I'm getting destruction out of both of them.
That was the biggest match on the card. It was bigger than Paul Heyman. Because Paul Heyman only negotiate with the Braun. Like he had nothing to do with that tag team match with Seth Rollins. Nothing. He was with
the controversy of that night though was that you said that he announced Brock, right?
Yeah.
So you just prove it again. The controversy is always drawn around Paul.
But it still wasn't bigger than the tag team match.
It don't matter. It was talked about. It don't matter what it is, bro. At the end of the day,
happened. And then when the tag team match happened, what was the biggest thing at that time? That was just controversy. Because a 15-minute controversy until the tag team match happened.
And bro, guess what? Controversy creates a storyline,
right? Once the tag team match happened, who cares?
You're saying who cares, but guess what? It still be talked about throughout wrestling that week, was it not?
And so was the tag team match.
You heard about the tag team match for a few days. That controversy started up, and you're still drawing the phase up. You're still drawing questions. Yeah. Again, controversy creates questions, creates curiosity, which draws in. Do it not.
Seth Rollins drawing at the time, he was supposed to draw in, and that's what he was supposed to do. At that point in time later. Now you're talking, oh yeah, days later, that means Paul Heyman draw more because he happened days later.
He's been doing it longer. He's not going to get hurt. The only time he takes time off, he want to take time off.
So this
Paul
is why
Heyman
you
draws
give Seth
regardless of what.
Rollins. This is why you give Seth Rollins 10% because he's only for the moment. He's not longevity. Okay. Okay. So
Again,
his moment is only 10% because it's for the moment. Because he's not longevity, he only gets 10%. Because Seth Rollins only a moment, nigga.
I'm gonna just put it like this: you want to assume whatever you want to assume, but the thing that matters, the fact that matters, Paul's career lasted longer because he doesn't have to wrestle. The mic skills wrong. Remember, people want to always remember how you talk, and more than how you walk. More than how you walk most of the time.
I don't care about his career. I care about the moment now.
You're not going to say about career, but again, your career moments define who you are in wrestling. That carries you over because if you don't be talked about for a long period of time or drawn in for a long period of time, you're not being there for a long period of time.
What about now?
And again, still now, Steph can still get out of here. Steph can get hurt, and then what will we have left? We ain't seen him fake an injury. What happened when he really get injured?
Okay.
And that's been proven as well, too. So
and he did that. And he did that moment. That moment was his idea as well.
That's okay. That moment worked. But again, that moment doesn't happen unless he draws on the controversy and started everything.
And you're gonna
and that controversy starts all with one person. As I literally just said, as you wasted a half an hour, still proving the point that Paul Heyman's name draws more controversy.
Okay. Because Seth Rollins don't at all. That's crazy.
He's drawing more right now. I can say that.
Crazy.
That's half an hour proving.
That's crazy.
That's crazy so from the guy that made big moments.
Seth Rollins don't get nothing but 10%. Got it. I got you.
Focus on whatever you want. I don't even care how you follow the narrative or what you want to see the narrative is.
Crazy.
Again.
That's crazy.
And when he was teaming up with Roman Reigns, all the plans happened and whatever.
Up with Roman Reigns and doing all that shit, and Roman Reigns was getting 100% of the credit.
How's he getting 100% of the credit when
he was getting 100% of the credit? He was.
How?
Let's say 75 said and Paul Heyman got 25% of the credit. Because everything went to Roman Reigns. Everything went to Roman Reigns. When he was with Roman Reigns, everything went to Roman Reigns. Everything. Paul Heyman was only 25%. When I say everything went to Roman, everything went to Roman.
Bro,
I'm just saying, bro. Whatever.
I'm just saying, bro. Because for a half an hour, you just proved the point. And literally at this point, my phone is on 10%. From really having to you say every single time that Paul executed the work and had a longer career. And he draws more controversy, and you just went ahead and argued me for a whole half an hour for nothing to prove a point.
Seth Rollins draws just as much controversy as Paul Heyman.
You can't. If you haven't been there longer, you haven't drawn that much.
Yeah. Right now, at this moment, yes, he does. I don't give a fuck about his longevity. Right now, at this moment, Seth Rollins draw more controversy.
When you don't think and use logic and use that, that's the thing that will go out the window. But again, the guy who talks more on the mic and does more controversial moments, makes more moments, and still have been doing
at this moment right now, Seth Rollins.
So again,
Seth Rollins. It's Seth Rollins. Yeah.
Again, all I did was say, make a list. We're gonna go back and we can talk. We do part 2 of this.
You know what? If you want to go long, if you want to compare career of controversial moments, let's compare the careers.
You said you don't care.
Controversial moments.
You said, bro, you said you don't care.
Careers.
So at the end of the day, you can make a list. Go down the list. No.
Right now.
Go down the career list. Because now my phone's on 5%. And you still prove about having an hour worth of
right now.
Again.
You want to go down the career list? That's you. I'm talking about right now.
Obviously, this is something you can do. So go make a career. Moments. But again, longevity career that still talks more, lasts long more. So again,
If that's what you want to do to prove your point even more, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
Let's go ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead. I got you.
When we go later, we're gonna go ahead and show.
We're
We're gonna go ahead and show it off.
Go back to 1999. And I'm just gonna go back to 2010. That's what I'm gonna do. Now I'm gonna go back to 2015.
No. You gotta go throughout their whole career.
Yeah, because you're gonna go back to 1999. You're gonna go back to 1999. That's cool. Because Paul Heyman wasn't controversial until ECW. Other than that, before that he was boring. And Seth Rollins became controversial after the Shield, and he became controversial after the Shield, and that's that.
And had dry, and I mean dry babyface moments. But again, we're gonna go ahead and continue going on because controversy is going to
you know, I'm agree with you on that. That's true. Deuces J200 because he did. Subscribe to J200 because he did.
So again,
his baby face was dry after the shit.
When you can draw more controversy, you're controversial as hell.
Yeah, listen, he was. Subscribe to J200, man, because you ain't never lied about that. He had the worst baby face ever, man.
And Seth has a couple of years with being a baby face.
Yeah, but that was after the Shield. That was after.
Short stints because you know why? He got injured again.
Yeah, he did.
And then he became face. So you can't be controversial when you're a face.
Listen.
Paul Heyman's never been a good guy in his whole career, bro. That's why I said controversy always draws more. And the whole 35 minutes, I just sat there and proved my point.
Listen, you kind of did, but okay. But you fuck that because he did have a dry baby face. Why you gotta bring that shit up? We're not talking about baby face. We're talking about controversial situations. Why would you bring that up?
Because Paul Heyman is the biggest controversy that there is. His name itself brings controversy, bro.
All right. Subscribe to J200.
Subscribe, y'all. Tune in for next time.
Subscribe. All right.